Here's why President Biden's sweeping student loan cancellation is bad for higher education, taxpayers, and to our sense of social fairness and justice. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. President Biden's $500 billion cancellation of student debt is profoundly wrong and harmful. It will feed a sense of social unfairness. Most Americans don't go to college, and most of these citizens are in lower to middle income brackets. Why should they be subsidizing better off Americans? Most student debt, after all, is concentrated in households with higher than average incomes. Another factor that will foment a feeling of unjustness is that this cancellation, which can be up to $20,000 per person, will mock as suckers those who've paid off their loans. What Biden is doing will lead to even more indebtedness. Students will be incentivized to take out more loans, knowing that each election cycle, the Washington politicians will be proposing more such cancellations. This will damage Washington's already frazzled finances as Uncle Sam gets hit with effectively paying more and more of student tuitions and fees. Adding big time to future costs is a new repayment scheme, which sharply cuts what many students will actually have to pay. Overall, we're talking about trillions of dollars in coming years, which gets to the real reason why Biden did this, to buy votes for the November elections. What all this tells people is that you can take on an obligation and walk away from it without consequences. There'll be cries for mortgage payments relief or from credit card debt. After all, those interest rates are outrageous. There are even more ominous consequences to Biden's scheme. Debt forgiveness and the perpetual payment moratoriums are moves in the direction of a Washington takeover of higher education. Now, Uncle Sam won't own these institutions, but colleges and universities will know more than ever that their financial well-being will depend on the federal government. Suggestions about curriculums and governance will have the force of requests from Tony Soprano. There's another factor here. The whole array of government loans and aids is an enormous giveaway to institutions of higher learning. They've long known that this everlasting rising level of debt and assistance means they can keep raising tuition and other fees, which is a key reason why college and university sticker prices for decades have risen as much as 4 times the rate of inflation. Student loans were originally meant to help young people get a higher education. Instead, we have students being charged more and more and getting degrees of dubious value. The menacing economic and social repercussions of what the president is doing are all too real. Hopefully, the Supreme Court will show that the Constitution is not a dead letter. Congress, not an imperial White House, is tasked in that document with the power of the purse. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.